Hey, Fryer, pick up the phone.
What's going on? Why are you calling so many times in the middle of the night like this? Is something wrong?
I don't care, I'm at work in the middle of the day and you're calling me over and over again. I'm on a business trip overseas trying to take care of things and here you are still sleeping. It's like you're just laying around doing nothing while I'm working my butt off. How can you just live off me like this? How can you be so carefree while I'm over here taking care of everything?
But I do help you with your company's work, don't I? I contribute in my own way.
Help? Compared to what I'm doing, that's nothing. Honestly, you're not doing anything that matters. You're avoiding your real responsibility. You're neglecting what's expected of a woman.
What? What do you mean? What's expected of a woman?
Don't pretend you don't know. The most important thing a woman can do is have children. That's the one thing a woman is meant to do. Give birth, carry on the family name, raise the next generation. A woman who can't do that? Well, she's useless. What's the point of keeping someone around who can't fulfill that most basic role?
How can you say something like that? That's so cruel.
It's the truth, though, but you wouldn't understand, would ya? I'm done talking about this. There's no point. You'll just keep playing the victim, acting like everything is someone else's fault. I've had enough. Listen, I'm coming back tomorrow, and I expect you to be out of the house by then. You'd better be gone.
I understand, but if you had told me sooner, maybe I could have made some arrangements or done something about it. Huh? Wait a second.
What's wrong?
You told me to leave the house. What do you mean by that? What's really going on here?
What? Are you that dumb that you don't get it? I'm telling you exactly what I mean.
But why are you doing this? Why are you treating me like this?
It's simple. The mistress I've been seeing while traveling overseas just gave birth to my child.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Are you really saying this?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm divorcing you. I'm moving out and I'll be living with her at the house now. I don't need you. You're just taking up space. You can't even have children, so what's the point of you? You're no use to me anymore.
But you can't just...
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. The mistress is younger, she's prettier, and she's more suited to the role than you ever were. Actually, she's not even just a mistress anymore. She's my wife now. You're the one who's been replaced, so pack your things and leave the house already. I don't want to see ya. You're out of my life, and don't even think about trying to stay involved with the company. You won't be a token executive anymore. You're done. There's no place for you there. Fryer? I need to talk to you about the financials. There's something important I need to discuss with you.
Rick, I'm really sorry, but I'm a little busy right now. Can we talk later?
Oh, I see. Sorry for interrupting. I didn't realize you were busy. Whenever you have a moment, let me know. I can wait until then.
Well, actually, I'm really sorry, but I can't help you with this anymore. I'm not part of the company anymore, so I can't offer you any advice.
What? What do you mean you're not part of the company anymore?
It's a long story. My husband, he told me he wants a divorce. He said I need to leave the house immediately. Apparently the mistress he's been seeing abroad gave birth to his child, and he wants me out of the picture.
What? This is insane. What do you mean he wants you out of the house? Is this really happening?
Yeah, you know how he's always traveling for work, right? Well, turns out it wasn't just for work. He was seeing someone on the side, and now that she's had his child, I'm no longer needed.
That man. How far has he gone? How could he do something like this?
I don't know. I really don't know what to say. He told me to leave the company, too. I guess I'm just done with everything. He's completely replaced me. There's no place for me in his life anymore.
Wait. Are you really okay with this? I don't understand. How can you just let him do this to you? This is crazy. You can't just give up like this.
It's not like I have a choice. It's his decision, and he's the one calling the shots. I can't change it now.
Why are you still letting him control you like this? Why are you letting him dictate your life after everything he's done to you? He betrayed you, Freya. He betrayed you and used you for his own benefit. He didn't care about you. He didn't show you any respect, and now he's just tossing you aside like you're nothing.
I don't know. But you don't understand. Without him, I would still be trapped in that house with my parents. I would still be under their control, their thumb. They didn't care about me, Rick. They didn't care if I was happy. But he got me out of there. He saved me. I don't know where I'd be without him.
I know about your parents, Freya. I know how horrible they were to you, but that doesn't mean you should just accept what he's done. You deserve so much better than this. You don't deserve to be treated like this.
I know you're trying to help, Rick, and I really appreciate it, but I'm going to be okay. I'll figure things out on my own. I always do.
No, you don't have to do this alone. Why are you pushing me away? Why are you acting like I'm just some stranger? I'm here for you. You don't have to face this by yourself. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm on your side. I care about you, Freya. I really do.
But he's your boss, Rick. He's the one who pays you. If you go against him, it could affect your career. You could lose your job. Are you really willing to risk all that for me?
I don't care about my job, not if it means standing by you. I'm not doing this for him, Freya. I'm doing this for you. You've done so much for me, and now it's my turn to do something for you. If he's the one who saved you from your parents, then let me be the one to save you from him. You don't need him. You need to be free from him, and I'll make sure that happens. You don't have to go through this alone anymore. Hey, what's going on here?
What do you mean, what's going on?
Don't play dumb with me. Why are you still here in the house? Didn't I tell you to get out? I told you I'd be back soon, and when I returned, you were supposed to be gone.
Yeah, you told me to leave, but so what?
So what? Are you kidding me? You've been living here as my wife and you're still gonna challenge me? Open the damn door right now. I'm not asking nicely anymore. I'm coming in and I'm throwing you out if I have to.
You think I'm going to let you into this house after you've been saying you'll throw me out? No way, that's not how it works. I'm not letting you waltz in here as if nothing's happened.
What the hell? You have some nerve. Do you even care that I just came back from a business trip? I'm tired. I worked my ass off and you're still here acting like nothing's wrong. What about your duty as my wife? Do you have no regard for me after everything?
Oh, so now you're talking about being a husband? After you came home with your mistress and her child, don't act like you have any right to talk to me like that. We were already planning to get divorced, remember? You were the one who made that decision.
We're not divorced yet, so that means you still have no excuse to stay in this house. You still have no reason to be here.
If we're not divorced yet, then there's no reason I should leave, is there? You're not going to force me out, and you can't throw me out without cause.
Where the hell did you learn to argue like this? You used to be so meek and obedient, and now suddenly you're acting all rebellious? You used to be a woman who did everything I told you without question, and now you're doing this?
Well, after everything I've changed, I'm not going to stay silent or obedient anymore. I've had enough. You pushed me to my breaking point, and now I've decided to stand up for myself.
Oh, great. Now I get it. You're terrified of being abandoned, aren't you? You're scared because I'm leaving you for good. I'm gonna leave you and be with someone else. You can't stand the thought of it, can ya? It's hard being with a man who's loved by everyone. Well, fine, I'll make it easier for you. I'll hire you as a maid. You're good at handling chores, right? I'll even pay you for it. Wouldn't that be a nice arrangement?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you really think I'd accept that?
Why not? I'm showing you mercy. I'm being generous by offering you that. You could keep living here and still get paid for doing all the chores, but you won't even accept that.
I don't need your charity. Don't talk to me like I'm some servant you can keep around. I'm not going to accept being treated like that, especially after everything that's happened.
You still don't get it, do ya? I'm telling you, as soon as the divorce is final, I'm dragging you out of here. And I'll make sure you never forget what you've done. You'll regret ever crossing me. I'll make sure of it. I'm not letting you get away with treating me this way.
You think your threats scare me? You're really not getting it, are you? Even if the divorce happens, that's still not enough to make me leave. You can't just push me out because you want to.
What the hell are you talking about? This house is mine. My name is on the deed. You don't have any claim to it.
No, it's not just yours, it's both of ours. Yes, your name is on the deed, but this house is shared property. And it's not just the house, the car, the assets, and the company. Half of everything belongs to me. I'm not going anywhere.
Are you completely out of your mind? Do you think you could just take everything from me?
No, I'm not taking everything from you. It's what I'm entitled to. When we got married, you had nothing. You were just some guy with big dreams and no real plan. And honestly, looking back, I can see you were just running away from reality. You weren't even close to the person you pretended to be. You were hiding behind false ideas of what you wanted to be, instead of facing the reality of your situation. But back then, I thought that was what made you intriguing. You had this charm, this confidence that made me believe in you. But now I see it was all just empty talk.
You're sick, you know that? You think bringing up the past is gonna make me feel sorry for you? Are you really this desperate? You think I'll start caring about your feelings again? That's not gonna happen. You can keep reminiscing all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that we're done.
Why do you have so much confidence in yourself? What makes you think you can talk to me like that?
It's not confidence, it's certainty. I'm sure of who I am. I know exactly who I am, and that's all that matters. You can't take that away from me, no matter how much you try.
What do you mean by that? Are you trying to sound all deep and philosophical? You really think that makes you seem cool or something? It's pathetic.
Shut up, I've had enough of this conversation. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. Get out of the house now, I'm done talking to you.
I'm not going anywhere. The house, the car, the assets, the company, half of everything is mine. You can't just throw me out like that. I'm not the person you can push around anymore.
Why are you suddenly acting like this? What happened to the woman who used to follow me around and do everything I said? Why the change?
Because I finally had someone push me to stand up for myself. Someone showed me that I didn't have to put up with all this anymore. Someone helped me realize my worth.
Who the hell are you talking about? Who pushed you to stand up for yourself? It wasn't some man, was it? Were you cheating on me? Don't tell me you were cheating on me. You disgusting woman. How dare you betray me like that?
I wasn't cheating, and even if I had been, you have no right to criticize me. You lost that privilege a long time ago.
A man's affair and a woman's affair are completely different. You've been living off my money, using me for everything, and now you think you can just turn the tables on me? Rick, get us a hotel nearby, and of course make it a suite. There's gonna be 3 of us, including the baby. A suite for 3? How many nights are we staying? I don't care, just make sure you arrange it so I can stay as long as I want. That could get pretty expensive, you know. Just put it on the company's account. You should be able to figure that out. Understood. By the way, sir, you seem even more upset than usual today. Is something going on? What do you mean, is something going on? That damn wife of mine is causing all kinds of trouble. Who the hell is the scumbag who managed to seduce her? That's what I want to know. Oh, speaking of which, you're close with Freya, right? Huh? Yeah, we know each other. I wouldn't say we're super close, but perfect! I need you to investigate that scumbag. Find out everything about him. Wait, you mean Freya? Don't you dare say her name like that! Then how should I refer to her? Call her whatever you want or just call her trash. It doesn't matter. Calling her trash seems a bit harsh. What's wrong with calling trash trash? Anyway, the guy who seduced her is probably someone close to her. If they've been having an affair, I won't let him get away with it. If you find out anything, I'll make sure they pay for it. Hey, why aren't you answering? Understood, but could you explain more about what's going on? I think I could help more effectively if I understood the situation better. Huh? Why should I explain anything to you? Just do what I told you. That's all you need to do. But I really want to help you. You've done so much for me, and I feel like I can never repay you enough. I want to give back somehow. I want to help you with everything I've got. Huh, I see. So you think that knowing more about the situation will help you help me more effectively? Not bad. You got the right attitude. All right, I'll tell you what's going on, but remember, you better be thankful. I'm giving you a chance to repay me after all. Of course, thank you so much. Zach, how's the divorce going? How's it going, you ask? That damn woman wants half of everything. How much more can she take? How much lower can she go? But isn't it true that you're at a disadvantage in court? Yeah, that's what my useless lawyer says. Honestly, I'm starting to think that the entire American judicial system is a joke. It's all rigged to favor women. Why should I lose everything because of some useless lawyer who can't do his job? But Freya is an executive and has contributed a lot to the company. What do you mean contributed? She only got that position because of me. She's stabbing me in the back now, though, that woman. Actually, I was thinking of something. What if you consider giving up control of the company? What? Are you insane? Please, just hear me out. I've been looking into the company's finances, and I found some suspicious activity. It seems like money from the company is being funneled directly into Freya's account. What? You're saying she's been embezzling? I can't confirm it yet, but all the signs point to it. Suspicion is all I need. That damn woman stealing from the company, and now she wants to take even more? I'll make sure she pays for this. I'll report her to the authorities immediately. Wait a second. This is what I wanted to discuss with you. What if you transfer the company to Freya as part of the divorce settlement? What? Why would I ever do that? The company is worth more than the house, the cars, and everything else combined. If you give her the company, you'll keep everything else. Are you crazy? If I lose the company, then everything else is meaningless. Just listen to me. What do you think will happen if Freya takes control of the company and then the embezzlement comes to light? She'll lose the CEO position, won't she? Then after that, you can just take back the position. But do you really think that'll work? Leave it to me. I'll handle the details. I've got the support of all the executives, and the employees know who the true leader is. When it comes down to it, the choice will be clear. Yeah, I see what you mean. It makes sense. But the problem is I have so many incompetent employees. I don't know how far common sense will go in this situation. I've heard there are even some idiots still loyal to that woman. Well, there are definitely some pathetic people who'll sell their souls for power, but you know what? This could be the perfect chance to get rid of those parasites once and for all. I'll take care of them for you. I'll make sure we get rid of every last one of them. You talk a big game. Don't let me down. I won't. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this situation.
Hey, Rick, can I talk to you for a second?
It's not a good time.
Huh?
I mean, could you please stop sending me messages so casually? I'm busy, you know, and when we run into each other at work, you always come up to me with a smile. It's honestly getting really annoying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you.
Hey, you shameless idiot!
What is it?
How does it feel to be the president now? It's not too bad, right? There's honestly nothing better than being in charge of everyone and looking down on them.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but it's not bad either.
See? I knew you'd think that way. But it's a shame because that position of yours is only temporary, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, you wouldn't notice, but there's actually a board meeting happening right now where we're in the process of kicking someone out of the company, and guess who it is? It might be someone you'd least expect.
Of course I know who it is.
Well, I guess even a total fool could figure that out. Yup, it's you! You're the one being kicked out.
That's not true. It's you, not me.
Huh? What are you talking about? That's not even a clever comeback. It's just really stupid.
You said that I wouldn't know about the board meeting, but that's not true at all. Actually, I'm a part of that meeting.
What? No way!
And by the way, why aren't you attending? You may only hold the title, but you're still technically one of the top executives, right?
Why, the thing is, people like me, those who are in charge, don't waste time with those meaningless meetings.
Did someone tell you that? And you actually believed it? Wow, that's next level stupidity. Seriously, I enjoy looking down on others when I'm in charge. Though the only person I'm looking down on right now is you.
What did you say? What do you mean by that?
The board meeting is actually about kicking you out. It was just voted on and passed. You've been officially decided as the one to go.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, I'm absolutely serious. The decision was made. You're being kicked out whether you like it or not. You've got to be kidding me if you thought you were going to stay on top forever.
This is ridiculous! How could they do this to me?
Well, you should have thought about that before you made all those stupid decisions. Everyone knew you were a liability, and now it's catching up with you. You've made enemies, and the board doesn't want you around anymore. It's over for you, buddy.
I can't believe this is happening. I worked so hard to get where I am, and now this?
Hard work? Are you kidding me? You've barely done anything other than rely on your position and power to keep your place. You're out of touch with everything. It's only a matter of time before the people in charge realized how much of a problem you were.
But I've been with this company for so long. How could they just throw me away like this?
It's simple. People like you who think they can coast by on their titles are the first ones to get thrown out when things get tough. The board is full of people who know what they're doing and they've made up their minds. You're the problem, and now they've decided to get rid of you.
No, this can't be happening. I've been loyal to this company for so long.
Loyal? Your loyalty was just to yourself and your own interests. Don't try to act like you were some sort of dedicated worker. You were just using the company for your own benefit. Now that they're finally seeing that, they're cutting ties with you. It's done.
So what? You think you're safe? You think this is over?
Oh, it's not over for me. Don't worry about that. But for you, it's over. They've already made the decision. You can fight it all you want, but the result will be the same. You're out.
I won't just accept this. You think I'll just leave quietly?
Of course I know you won't accept it. You'll probably try to make a scene, throw a tantrum, maybe even try to get some sympathy from people. But it won't work. This is happening, and you can't stop it. You're done. The board's made their choice, and there is nothing you can do about it.
But why? Why me? What did I do wrong?
You've been selfish, lazy, and you've been living off your title for far too long. People can only tolerate that for so long. In the end, it was your own actions that sealed your fate. You think that you're untouchable, but guess what? You're not. You've been kicked to the curb.
I can't believe believe this!
Believe it, it's all over for you now. Enjoy the downfall.
What the hell does that mean? Explain yourself! Huh? What do you mean by that? What exactly are you asking about? You mean the board of directors just decided to expel me? That's a lie, right? She's just making it up in a panic, isn't she? No, it was just approved a few minutes ago, actually. You're kidding! How did this even happen? This is completely different from what you told me. That woman should be the one expelled, and then I'll just become president again, right? Well, there were suspicions of embezzlement, but after a thorough investigation, it turned out to be a misunderstanding. In fact, she never even accepted any director compensation and devoted herself selflessly to the company. There's absolutely no reason to dismiss her. What the hell is this? But even so, why me? After we looked into the financial transactions more closely, another person came into focus. Another person? That would be you. You've been living it up with company funds, repeating overseas trips disguised as business travel. And that's not all. You even blackmailed the head of accounting and engaged in tax evasion, didn't you? We simply can't keep someone like that in the company. You're out of your mind! This company is mine! You already transferred it during the division of assets, remember? Thanks to that, the process was quick and easy. That's because you... Wait, could it be you've been planning this from the start? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me! You lied to me to get me all worked up, and now look at this! When exactly did I lie? You said a bunch of things. Like, I really want to help someone I respect, or I'm on the side of the righteous ones, the employees and executives alike. Right, that sounds familiar. You said a lot of things like that, too. Well, they were all sincere, but as for me, I respect Freya. She's the righteous one, and in the end, everyone sided with the righteous person, didn't they? What the hell is that supposed to mean? And I did warn you, too. I told you to think about what the president has given to those around him. The only thing you've given is stress and discomfort. Oh, and there's also a ton of testimony and evidence about power harassment and sexual harassment. We're going to file a class action lawsuit soon, so be prepared for that. There's a line between what's acceptable and what's not. You're the last person I want to hear that from. You, who used your limited good qualities, your unnecessary drive and unfounded confidence, to manipulate Freya, a highly capable person who was raised by toxic parents and had low self-esteem, into doing everything for you. After that, once the company was doing well, you just tossed her aside. I can't understand it at all. The company succeeded because of Freya's ability and the trust she earned from everyone. No, the company is mine! I see. Deep down you understand, don't you? No one respects you. You wanted to deny that by treating Freya badly, and you're probably thrilled that she fell for your words, thinking she was loved and respected, huh? You truly are trash. Who are you calling trash? What's wrong with calling trash trash? You, remember this. I'll never forgive you for this. You've done this to me. Hey, I've told my lawyer everything about what happened. This is the end for you all. Is that so? What's with that attitude? You can act tough now, but that won't last. I'm being nice here, though. If you give me the compensation and management rights, I might reconsider. No chance. Huh? I'm the one showing mercy here. If you're going to sue, then sue already. Hurry up. Why are you so confident? This could turn into a police matter, you know. The one who'll have problems with the police is you, isn't it? Since it'll come out that you've been evading taxes. That's what I'm saying! I'm offering you a chance to make things right with compensation and management rights. Don't refuse me! No, I don't care. You can't even begin to imagine the consequences of what you've done. If you keep this up, you'll end up being a criminal for real! I don't mind. I've been prepared for that from the start. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm careful not to get caught, but if I do get caught, so be it. Because if I get arrested, I'm the only one who'll suffer. Freya has nothing to do with it. I made sure of that. The only thing I care about is getting you out of the way. If we end up in the same cell, well, we'll deal with it then. Wait, why are you... Do you have feelings for that woman? If that's the case, I can help you. I know more about her than anyone. I know how to hurt her, how to make her feel guilty, how to control her. I can teach you all of that. Do you get it? We can work together to get her to do whatever we want. Shut up. I'm prepared for a long sentence, but I'm not about to waste my time on your trashy ideas.
I'm really glad that I wasn't prosecuted.
Well, I made sure to act in a way that would keep me out of trouble. I was cautious, and to be honest, I did everything I could to avoid getting caught up in any legal trouble. Plus, the other person was a criminal after all. He had a criminal history, and I knew that if I cooperated, it would help me avoid any repercussions. I was willing to cooperate fully with the investigation because I knew it was the only way to ensure that I would be safe. I didn't want to be in a situation where I'd get dragged down along with him.
But that message, I really think that was terrible. The things he said to me, especially that message, were so harsh and completely uncalled for. It really shocked me. He had no right to say those things, especially after everything I did to make sure I didn't get caught up in this mess. It wasn't fair.
I'm sorry. I said some harsh things without any explanation. I was upset, and I know I spoke without thinking. I didn't take a moment to explain myself, and I ended up just blurting out whatever came to mind in the heat of the moment. I regret that now, but it was hard to keep my emotions in check.
No, that's not what I meant. What I'm saying is that you tried to carry everything on your own without asking for help. I'm grateful for everything you did for me, and I know you were trying to protect me, but I feel like you didn't consider the fact that you didn't have to carry the burden all by yourself. You could have shared it with me. You could have let me help you. I'm thankful for the help I got from you, but at the same time, I don't want you to feel like you have to carry all of this weight alone. I understood your intention, but if you do something like that again, if you try to handle everything by yourself and don't let me help, then I'll never forgive you. I can't stand it if you keep doing that, thinking that you don't need anyone's help.
Freya.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry. That man told me not to call you Freya, so I slipped up. I didn't mean to say it. It was a mistake. He told me it was too informal and that I shouldn't call you by your first name, but I guess it slipped out of my mouth before I could stop myself.
You startled me. You totally caught me off guard just now. You know, I didn't expect you to say that. When you called me by my first name so casually, it completely caught me off guard. It wasn't something I expected from you, and for a moment I didn't even know how to react. It was like everything I was thinking just went blank. I had no idea what to say or how to handle the situation.
Sorry, I really didn't mean to.
It's fine, just call me by my first name. In fact, next time you can even tell me to my face, don't speak so casually to me. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. If anything, I think it's kind of funny. And if you feel awkward about it, you can always tell me that you don't want me to talk to you so casually, and I'll respect that. I don't mind either way. If anything, I'd find it amusing.
Please spare me from that. I don't think I could handle that. Just imagining you telling me not to talk to you so casually, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm already nervous enough around you as it is.
Still, I was really shocked by you. Not just the evidence of power harassment and sexual harassment, but you even went as far as to make arrangements behind the scenes, didn't you? You didn't just provide evidence of what he did. You didn't just give the authorities the documents and records that would have been enough to put him in a difficult position. You didn't stop there, though, did you? You were so prepared. You took it a step further and made sure that everything was in place, and you even worked behind the scenes to make sure things went smoothly. That kind of planning, it surprised me.
Yes. Even before this whole incident, I was preparing to deal with that man someday. I had been watching him for a while, and I knew something like this was bound to happen sooner or later. I just didn't know when. But when the time came, I was ready. It wasn't a matter of if, but when, and I was determined to make sure that he couldn't get away with everything he had done.
For someone to be hated that much by their subordinates, well, with a personality like his, I guess it makes sense. He was the kind of person who had a bad reputation and no one respected him. I could see why he didn't have any real friends. The way he treated people, it was no surprise that no one wanted to be close to him.
That's not it.
Huh?
Well, that's part of the reason, but he was my rival in love. That was the real issue. The reason I wanted to bring him down wasn't just because he was a bad boss or a terrible person. It was because of what he did to me personally. He was my rival, and I couldn't let him get away with what he had done.
Rival in love?
Yes, I'm not joking. He and I were both after the same woman, and I couldn't let him win. It was a competition for her heart, and I wasn't about to let someone like him take the prize.
But your only connection to that man is through the company, right? So for him to be your rival in love, the woman in question would have to be someone from the company, right? It all makes sense now. The way you're talking about him, it's clear now that there was more than just a professional rivalry.
Yes.
In other words, he was having an affair with someone at work. Was it that? Huh. I thought I was the only one who didn't see it. I knew he was always chasing after women, but I didn't know he was having an affair with someone from the office. I guess I was too naive to see it. I can't believe I didn't figure that out sooner. It makes me feel so stupid now.
Huh?
I knew he wasn't good with women, but I never imagined he was having an affair within the company. To think I didn't notice that, I must be pathetic. I pride myself on being observant, but this was something I completely missed. How could I not have seen the signs?
No.
But it's fine. With someone like you, I'm sure that you'll be able to make that woman notice you, or do your best. You have it in you, I'm sure of it. You can win her over. I know you can. What is it?
You're such an idiot.
Huh? Why suddenly...
Given the flow of conversation, how did we end up here? It's you! You're the one I'm talking about!
Me?
Yes! The person I like is you, Freya! That's the truth!
Huh? My ex-husband received a prison sentence after the trial reached its verdict. Right until the very end, he kept insisting that it was Rick and I who were at fault. He made a big fuss about it, pointing fingers at us and trying to shift the blame onto us. But in reality, all he did was tarnish his own reputation even more, making a futile struggle that only made things worse for himself. His accusations and claims were baseless, and his actions only served to paint him in a worse light. Despite his efforts, he couldn't avoid the inevitable consequences of his actions. Naturally, I made sure to take the necessary legal steps and filed a civil lawsuit against him. It wasn't just for the affair that I filed. It was for everything that he had done that caused so much harm and distress to me and to others. I demanded compensation for the emotional and psychological toll the affair took on me, as well as for the hurt caused by his deceit and betrayal. At the same time, I also made sure that his actions towards the employees didn't go unpunished. They too suffered greatly because of his inappropriate and abusive behavior, with many of them experiencing sexual harassment and power harassment at his hands. As a result, they filed their own lawsuit seeking damages for what they had been put through. Since the number of individuals involved was considerable, the total sum of damages sought was not insignificant. The amount we were all seeking in compensation was substantial, reflecting the pain and hardship we had all endured because of his actions. The scale of the situation meant that he would not be able to walk away without facing serious consequences. It wasn't just a minor issue, it was a major matter that affected many people, and it was time for him to face the music for the harm he had caused. In addition to the damages, there were other financial matters to deal with. He had embezzled a large amount of money that rightfully belonged to others, and now he had to repay it. On top of that, he also faced punitive taxes, as his actions had been deemed to be criminal in nature. The financial burden on him was enormous, and the combination of the civil lawsuit, the embezzlement repayment, and the taxes meant that his assets were completely wiped out. All the money he had acquired through dishonest means was taken from him, and he was left with nothing. In fact, it seemed that he had even ended up with a significant amount of debt, which further worsened his situation. What he had once thought was his fortune quickly turned into a crushing financial disaster. As expected, his mistress, the one he had been involved with during our marriage, ran away when everything came to light. She disappeared from the scene and returned to her home country. She had thought that she could escape to a better life, living in luxury with him, but in the end, it all came crashing down. She had believed that she could build a future with him, but she was left with nothing but disappointment and regret. She couldn't stay in the country any longer, so she had no choice but to go back to her homeland. This was the price she had to pay for her involvement in the affair and her complicity in the destruction of a family. I had considered filing a lawsuit against her as well, seeking damages for her role in the affair, but I quickly realized that doing so would involve significant costs. The cost of hiring an international lawyer to handle the case would be astronomical, and I knew that pursuing it further would likely not bring me any sense of satisfaction or closure. Instead, I decided to focus on what truly mattered. I did not want to waste my energy and resources on something that wouldn't change the situation for me or for anyone else involved. So after thinking it through, I made the decision not to pursue legal action against her. It wasn't that I had forgiven her, but rather that I realized that she had already faced her own punishment. The mistress had come to the United States with the hope of living a comfortable and wealthy life. She had hoped to escape whatever problems she had back home and start anew with my ex-husband. But in the end, her reality had turned out far different from what she had envisioned. Instead of enjoying a life of luxury, she was forced to return to her home country, a single mother with a child to care for. She had lost the security and the future she had hoped for. Her life was now far more difficult than it had been before. She had thought she could build a better life, but all she ended up with was a child and a return to a much harsher existence. I had considered the possibility of demanding compensation from her as well, but the cost of hiring an international lawyer to handle the case was astronomical. It would take a huge amount of money, and I wasn't sure it would even be worth it, considering the circumstances. Though at first I had liked the idea of suing her, even if it meant suffering financial losses myself, when I thought about it more carefully, I came to the realization that she had already suffered the consequences for her actions, and that pursuing her any further might not bring me the closure I had hoped for. Her life from that point onward would be far more difficult than it was before. She would now have to return to a much harsher reality, raising a child as a single mother, without the support of the man she had hoped would provide for her. The life she thought she would have, the dreams she once had, were all shattered. She thought that she could start over in a new place, build a better future, but instead she had to go back defeated with a child in tow. I realized at this point that she had already paid the price for her involvement. This wasn't the life she envisioned, and it wasn't the life she had wanted. In a way, it felt as though she had already received some sort of punishment for her choices. She had already lost the chance at a better life, the life she had dreamed of, and now she would have to face the consequences of what she had done. She had been misled, just as I had, but unlike me, she had a child who would grow up with the repercussions of these actions. That was her punishment, and there was no need for me to pursue her any further. I decided not to go after her legally, not because I had forgiven her, but because at that moment I felt like she had already lost enough. If I continued to pursue her, it would only be out of spite, and I didn't want to stoop to that level. I had no desire to cause further harm to her, especially considering that her child would also suffer if things escalated. The child didn't deserve to be caught in the middle of this mess, and it wasn't fair to add more weight to her already heavy burden. Looking at her and comparing our situations, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. After everything I had been through, after the turmoil and pain, I was in a much better place now. I had managed to rebuild my life, and things were going well. At first, I had been uncertain about whether I would be able to handle running a company on my own, unsure if I was equipped to manage everything that came with it. But to my surprise, I found out that I was doing quite well. The people around me were supportive, and they helped guide me through the process. With their encouragement and assistance, I was able to keep everything running smoothly without major issues. It wasn't just that things were going well, they were going better than I had ever expected. The performance of the company had improved significantly since the departure of the previous self-centered CEO, who had caused so many problems. Without him, the atmosphere in the workplace became more cooperative, and the entire team was able to work together more efficiently. As a result, the company's financial health improved, and we saw a notable boost in performance. As for my relationship with Rick, while I'm too embarrassed to go into the details, I can say one thing with certainty. I am the happiest I have ever been. I never thought that I could experience the kind of peace and happiness I have now. Despite everything that happened, despite the pain and betrayal, I am finally able to enjoy a sense of fulfillment that I never thought was possible. My life, once filled with so much uncertainty and anguish, is now full of happiness and stability. When I look back at everything that's happened, I realize how far I've come. Despite all the struggles, all the hurt, and all the losses, I am in a place now where I can truly say that I am the happiest I've ever been. The years of turmoil and emotional pain are now behind me, and I am able to appreciate the good things that I have in my life. I can look forward to the future with hope and optimism, and for the first time in a long time, I feel truly at peace. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.